Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Build the Boss podcast, or welcome if you are new. Welcome to the podcast that is dedicated to helping you become the best version of yourself, achieve success in life, and reach your max potential. Happy holidays, you guys. Merry Christmas to those of you that are celebrating. Today definitely is going to mark one of the most special episodes of the podcast yet, because it is our 22nd episode, and 22 is a lucky number because it's repeated digits. Do you guys believe in angel numbers? I'm not too sure, but there's this spiritual belief that when a multiple digit number has the same number as all of the digits, that it means luck. I don't know, but whatever it is, Merry Christmas to those of you that are celebrating, and Happy Holidays, everyone. Hope you guys are taking this time to take care of yourself, spend time with family members, and make incredible memories. Before I start off, I just wanted to say a big thank you to all of you guys for all of the love and all of the support via Insta at Build the Boss Podcast. If you aren't following, make sure to drop a follow. We got lots of good stuff there, lots of motivational quotes, lots of info to help you on your personal development journey. Make sure to share this episode with a friend whom you think would definitely benefit from it, and to leave a rating review so that Spotify can see that if this podcast is doing well, that is pleasing the audience, that it'll show it to more people out there. And the bigger we can build our amazing community to be, the better, because more people will hop onto their personal development journeys and start their journeys of self-discovery, and that will lead to a brighter and better future for all of us. Alrighty. So today's episode, as you guys know, is on Christmas Day. And as the weather gets colder and the weather gets gloomier and the holiday season creeps near, I feel like that's not the most appropriate word to say in a sense, because the holiday season isn't as scary as Halloween is supposed to be, but as the holidays near, many of us start to have feelings of guilt, and we feel really down. We experience something that's known to be called seasonal depression, and in that sense, many of us experience a drop in our moods and our self-esteem, and we don't feel like doing anything, and we just feel like a POS. Most of us also feel that we are alone in regards to these feelings of self-doubt and negativity, and we tend to keep it in and not share our emotions with anyone else. That is the complete opposite of what you should be doing. Holiday guilt is normal, and feeling down during the holidays is so common. If we were to really realize how many people experience this, we would feel so much better about ourselves. But yeah, it's not something that you should be ashamed of. It's not something that you should try to hide, but rather it's important for you to acknowledge these feelings and to address them in a way that's going to best help you in getting rid of them. This is because the holiday season can bring a mix of emotions to everyone. The holidays can be filled with good memories, they can be filled with bad memories, they can have some triggers that make you not feel your best. But whatever the case is, you need to start working as hard as you possibly can towards addressing these issues and not letting them overpower you. Alrighty? Now, why do we feel down in the first place? It's mainly the lack of sunlight and light and brightness, but it's also just because there are certain people that we just don't align with, that we may, get in contact with during the holidays, and, they may make us feel a certain way. But whatever it is, first thing that you need to do, regardless of whatever the source is to address your feelings by acknowledging them. Once you acknowledge the presence of your feelings, you're going to feel so much more driven and motivated towards acting towards improving them and feeling better, just because now that you have acknowledged your feelings, you are in a way giving it a role, and once you acknowledge your feelings, you'll be more driven to think as to why you feel that certain way and how it's affecting you. That brings me to my next point, which is to identify the source of all of your stresses and your guilt. The first thing you need to do is acknowledge. If you don't acknowledge and you immediately hop onto trying to find the source, you're in a way immediately going into that victim mentality. You need to accept that you are in full control. You're not in full control of your emotions, but you are partly in control of your emotions, and you need to do your part in getting better, in the sense that you need to first acknowledge the presence of your emotions and then work towards finding the source of it and the reason as to why, you are innocent in some ways. Alrighty? It can really depend the source of your emotions. It can be loneliness, it can be stress, it can be past memories, it can be others, people, but whatever it is, you need to try to pinpoint what is making you feel down during the holidays. And ultimately, understanding the source of your feelings is going to help you feel so much better in regards to addressing them, and you will be able to address your emotions as effectively as possible. The next thing in regards to trying to heal during the holidays and to decrease the holiday blues is to reach out to people that you love and you trust. Sometimes, guys, the people that we love most aren't the most accepting of our emotions. And that is not something that you should be beating yourself up over, because that is not, and that's none of your concern. But when we talk about reaching out to loved ones and reaching out to people that you trust, you need to determine whether or not those people are going to feel better about you, make you feel better about yourself, or if they're going to make you feel worse about yourself. Because sometimes even our closest family members, our parents, our siblings, they are not accepting of our emotions and they take them for granted. So if you are feeling lonely and disconnected, you really need to make an effort in connecting with people that you know are going to validate your emotions as well and make you feel a little bit better. And even if you don't have that person to, seek support from and who will give you a shoulder to lean on or validate your emotions, you can validate your emotions yourself, because ultimately you are the most important person in regards to your emotions. Once you are able to validate your emotions, nothing else and no one else is going to be able to give you that feeling of peace of mind. Alrighty? So it's also important to connect with your friends and your family members just outside of your feelings, just to get your mind off things as well sometimes. Next up is self-care. And self-care can mean many different things. It can mean going on that self-care date. It can mean doing a face mask. It can mean pampering yourself with different clothes and stuff. It can mean having a healthy meal. It can mean exercise. It really does depend from person to person. But self-care can also mean reaching your goals. Once you engage in acts of self-care, you'll feel so much more confident and so much more motivated towards working towards healing your emotions and feeling better in the long term. So whatever it is, take care of your physical and mental well-being when you're experiencing the holiday blues. Another thing that is so helpful when it comes to feeling better about ourselves and getting rid of that guilt and shame that we feel inside is helping others. This is probably one of the most game-changing tips I'm gonna give, because when we help others and we perform these acts of kindness, we are lifting our spirits so much, and we're getting such a boost in our mood that like words cannot even describe it, because you are choosing essentially to do good for someone else, and that's something that obviously you're going to feel pride for. So you're going to feel so much a sense of purpose and fulfillment when you help others. So if you are ever, dealing with these blues, try your best to incorporate as many acts of kindness as you can into your day. Whether that's helping your mom wash the dishes, whether that is giving a donation to a homeless person, whether that's, helping someone with their homework, whether that's helping to clean up with something. Whatever it is, just little acts of kindness can help you feel so much better as a person, and it'll help fight those holiday blues so much. Sometimes an act of kindness doesn't even have to be doing a specific thing. An act of kindness can literally just be saying hi to someone. Sometimes that we don't know anything about strangers, guys. And who knows, you may lift the spirits of someone who's having a really bad day, who feels lonely and like a POS, and you saying that hi, or asking them how they're doing, is going to be such a light to their day that they'll feel so much happier throughout the day. And you can be proud of yourself for the fact that you helped make someone's day. When we are trying to deal with the holidays blues, it's also so important to limit as many stressors as possible. And sometimes the holidays can be stressful in the sense that you're seeing people that you haven't seen in a while, if it's in regards to family, or stress in regards to school and missing out and all of that stuff, whether that's the stress of not having many friends and not having a social group to connect with. Whatever it is, the holidays can be stressful, but managing your stress is so crucial for your well-being, and managing your stress should be top priority. Sometimes when we want to limit our stressors, it can be really difficult in the sense that family members may want to, spend more time with you and stuff like that. But this is where you need to set those boundaries and not overcommit to the social aspect of your life and the work aspect of your life and those obligations. So if you really want to limit your stress, you need to prioritize your self-care, connect with yourself in the sense that what are those stressors that are giving you so much stress and how you can avoid them as much as possible. Set those boundaries and ultimately not go to the extremes in regards to staying social just because it's a pressure. Last but not least, you guys, the best way to be able to reduce those holiday blues is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness can be such a game changer when it comes to when you are feeling down, because you begin to really focus on what you have, and gratitude is such a powerful tool, and it's a gift. It truly is a gift because it makes you aware of what you have in the present moment and why you aren't in a lack of something. When we practice mindfulness, we feel so much more peace of mind, and things like meditations and things like gratitude journals, which is something I love to do personally, where I just write down things that I'm grateful for and just how incredible my life is. And really, things like those help you feel so much more present, and they help navigate through those negative thoughts and emotions with a lot more ease. Whatever it is, you guys, that is making you feel down, I want you to know that you're not alone and that life has its ups and downs, okay? The holiday season can be difficult for us for many different reasons, and it depends from person to person. It can be family, it can be sometimes food for some people in regards to body image and eating disorders. Whatever it is, don't let the negativity get the best of you. There will be days where you will feel terrible on this healing journey, and you will cry and you will hate yourself for reasons that are very unreasonable. But whatever it is, you don't have to conform to others' holiday expectations. And it's okay to take the time to focus on you and to celebrate in a way that feels right to you and that's going to best serve you. And that may mean a little bit of alone time to focus on yourself rather than others. It may mean to socialize with others and not spend so much time dwelling in that negativity. But whatever it is, take the process step by step. Holiday guilt and the seasonal blues are things that we can't get rid of, unfortunately, but we can work towards improving our reactions to them. So, with that being said, you guys, I would like to introduce this week's task or homework assignment, I guess we can say. And that is for you all to spend this Christmas day both with your families and with yourself. Take 1 hour of today that you're listening to this podcast to focus on you. And that'll mean shutting the room in your door, or shutting the room to your door, or going somewhere and just journaling through your thoughts and your emotions and focusing internally, tuning into yourself so that you can be a lot more in the present moment and ultimately celebrate the holidays the way that best serves you. I highly recommend also reading a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Locke, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. I'm not too sure. I completely butchered that, but I'm so sorry. But there's this book called The Power of Now, and I read this book and it changed my view on life drastically. So I highly recommend to read that book too if you are dealing with the seasonal blues and you're feeling that lack of purpose and fulfillment. That brings us to the end of today's episode, you guys. Thank you guys so much for listening. It truly means so much to see the incredible community that we are building and to see all of the love and all of the support. It just means the world to me, and hopefully you guys are going to have an incredible rest of your holiday break. Make sure to take care of yourself and spend time with loved ones as well. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Make sure to leave a rating and review if you enjoyed this episode, and share with a friend if you think they would benefit from it. With that being said, that marks the end of today's episode. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Happy holidays.